Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So happy Halloween. Hopefully you guys had some good trick-or-treating with your kids or maybe by yourselves. But tonight it's down to business. We got to talk about Elon and his new idea for Twitter. It's something that I don't think anyone thought of. And he just leaked it, among other ideas. But let's talk about this, and let's talk about what it has to do with Dogecoin. But besides Dogecoin, a lot going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cosmos, Chiliz, and others that I want to talk about. So let's jump right into it. Right now, looking like the entire market cap is still holding strong above $1 trillion. There's something about it. $1 trillion. Just a nice ring. Hopefully, we can stay. Obviously, I've been making a big deal about what's to come on Wednesday. It's not tomorrow, but the FOMC meeting will start tomorrow. But in the meantime, people are staying strong. Bitcoin is still at 20,500. And many others are still holding on to their green. For example, today, BNB is doing well. Dogecoin is doing well again. And several others are doing well. Okay? So this is all pretty positive. But I just saw this tweet. I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm talking about. And Mr. Beast chimes in. Elon just tweeted out not too long ago, should we bring back Vine? Do you guys remember Vine? Vine was TikTok before TikTok. I actually thought Vine was going to do very well for Twitter. It was another app owned by Twitter, all videos, and you scroll. And it was very, very viral, just like TikTok. But unfortunately, it died. I have no idea why it died, but it seemed like it was pre-TikTok before TikTok. Elon tweeted this, there's 1 hour to vote, and about 70% thinks this is a good idea. And then, of course, Mr. Beast chimes in, says if you did that and actually compete with TikTok, that'd be hilarious. And then Elon asks him, what can we do to make it better than TikTok? Okay, it'll be an American version of TikTok. TikTok obviously has a lot of controversy, owned by ByteDance out of China, and there's controversy about TikTok tracking what you're viewing, right, and sending all back to China, although it doesn't seem like anyone cares because TikTok is still growing by leaps and bounds. But imagine an American version of that and bring back Vine to Twitter. Now, here's the thing. Mr. Beast can't really help with this idea because Mr. Beast is Mr. YouTube, Mr. YouTube Shorts. YouTube is also trying to promote shorts like crazy right now. They're going to open up monetization, really, for next year, so that could change things. And Mr. Beast is all about that. Like, all his interviews are so gung-ho about shorts. So I don't think he'll really help with this Vine idea. But nevertheless, maybe they could do something together. That would be pretty cool. So this is the latest idea out of Elon, to bring Vine back. And I think this could definitely work. Okay? Since monetization is starting to happen with shorts, you know others are going to follow some kind of monetization model. And if you have a monetization model, you need some kind of currency. Who's to say that Elon can't utilize Dogecoin as that official currency of Twitter and Vine, where creators get tipped in Dogecoin and also can get paid in Dogecoin based on ad revenue. And who knows? Who knows what else they can do with Dogecoin, right? So this is the next idea. What do you guys think? I actually think this is a pretty good. It's harder than it seems. Just because you bring Vine back doesn't mean that you'll automatically make it as hot as TikTok. But it'll be interesting to have more competition because Facebook and Instagram Reels, they are failing very hard. Okay, they can't compete. So really, it's just YouTube Shorts and TikTok, and YouTube Shorts is failing right now. So can Vine come back and take some market share away? Quite possibly. So, I mean, this is all coming together. Obviously, there's other ideas that intertwine with this because Elon already confirms that he plans on monetizing Twitter accounts, right? So people already speculated, or you go use Dogecoin or Cardano. Unlikely Cardano, because he has never talked about Cardano before, but Dogecoin, possibly. He wants to open it up so that creators on Twitter that's adding useful content will actually be making money, just like YouTube Shorts, just like YouTube and everything else, right? So there's already talks about monetization. So why not link that with Vine, right? It works. You do a Vine, you do a Twitter, you make Dogecoin the official currency. Why not? Why not? Right? And then, of course, there's talks about paid Twitter verification, which he recently asked people, hey, would you pay $20 to get verified? Now, most people said no, but you know what? Like Michael Saylor chimed in about having different kind of verification, not just one verification, but you could have a blue check mark, a green check mark, an orange check mark based on their qualifications and payment preferences. Interesting. So I'm assuming the orange one would be Bitcoin preference, and then maybe you have a copper one for Dogecoin, a green one for, I don't know, Cardano, a blue one for everything else, or Solana, something like that. I don't know. Could work. It'll get complicated. You don't know what's what anymore, but, a lot of ideas being thrown out there, right? So I've said this before. If there's one man that can bring some real utility to Dogecoin, it has to be Elon. No one else is close. Everyone else, like Mark Cuban and anyone else that's pretending like they're really supporting Dogecoin, they're like, yeah, we'll just accept in our shop. But really, that's it. No one else is doing anything about it. And I think Elon is thinking hard about what he can do with Doge, with Twitter. Obviously, what he can do with Tesla and SpaceX, different story, right? A lot more scrutiny, publicly traded. Now that Twitter is private, he doesn't have to worry about the board, which he fired, and there is no more shareholders. He can really do whatever he wants with Twitter. So it can happen. It can happen. And just this morning, someone asked me about Jack Dorsey. It turns out that Jack Dorsey still owns 2.4% of Twitter. So he has not sold his shares, and he still has some voting power. And Jack Dorsey and Elon did talk before about how to make Twitter better, even though Jack Dorsey says, you just can't do it. You got to come out with something decentralized, okay? But Elon's like, well, before we get to that, let's try to make Twitter better. So maybe Jack Dorsey is going to come back in some capacity and help grow Twitter into something much better. Obviously, not just focused on Dogecoin, but also get Bitcoin involved. Maybe get Michael Saylor involved, right? Get all the big Bitcoin bulls involved. The more, the merrier. So this is all looking very positive. I definitely think there's something going on with Doge in the future, but I do think there's also something going on besides Doge with Bitcoin and their rumored crypto wallet that they're already working on. Who knows? Who knows? They're probably going to have their NFTs too. They're probably going to have a whole line of NFTs, and there's probably more coming. So this is all very fascinating. Developing by the minute, it seems like. It's like every single minute, there's a new idea of what's to become of Twitter. But I guess those of you guys that are holding on Doge, get ready. Good things could be coming. Maybe Doge could get back to its previous high of 60 cents in the near future. We will have to see. Now, besides all this Doge and Twitter commotion, of course, there's other things that's very positive in terms of Bitcoin. Here's something. The EMA ribbon has not crossed for quite some time. It's been low, very, very, very low. So just one of those other metrics that show that, hey, maybe something good is about to happen, and Bitcoin has been gaining strength, right? It has broken out this trend line, right? And we have moved into autumn equinox, and we're getting to the most bullish months of the year. So there's a lot to be thankful for and a lot to look forward to for Bitcoin. So all good things for Bitcoin, but not just Bitcoin, Ethereum. Ethereum flashes a classic bull pattern with a 50% upside. What is it? A cup and handle, right? A lot of you guys are aware of a lot of these patterns. Here's a cup and handle pattern for Ethereum, so that's pretty positive. But besides that, I've been telling you guys about the deflationary aspect of Ethereum, and it's still deflationary right now. Negative 0.11% per year. And you could see since the merge happened, it did go up a little bit in terms of overall supply, but it's been burning and burning, coming back down quite a bit. Versus, had it stayed proof of work, it would be up, the inflation would be up 3.6% versus the 0.014 now. And that 0.014 is going to drop to negatives in the near future. So it is definitely having an effect. And right now, as it stands, Ethereum is less inflationary than even Bitcoin at 1.716%. But of course, that will get cut in half with the next halving cycle. So it's good stuff. Good stuff for Ethereum. And for those of you guys that are thinking about getting involved, you want to become a developer, you want to program in Solidity, it's a really good time because the average salary for Solidity is the highest among any language out there for developers. The average salary is $151,000. And this is over some of the other really well-known languages like Rust, Ruby on Rails, Haskell for Cardano, Python, C++, Java, JavaScript, C#, right? Some of the major ones. I mean, the guys still get paid well, 6 figures, but none better than Solidity. And that's because there's a huge demand for Ethereum developers, as most are trying to enable Ethereum compatibility, trying to utilize that Ethereum virtual machine, trying to tokenize and bridge Ethereum. It makes sense. So if you're thinking about getting into development, definitely think about learning Solidity. So that's pretty good. All right. Also, Chiliz. Recently, Chiliz has gone up quite a bit. Didn't know why, but this is the reason. Because FIFA World Cup is coming up in November. It's huge. The world, is going to be glued to TV watching all their favorite football teams, right? And Chiliz has a lot of partners with a lot of these teams that will be playing. So this is the reason why they are doing pretty well. But besides that, they're also moving towards their new chain called Chiliz Chain 2.0, which is a fork of BSC, but will be EVM compatible and make things just a whole lot faster and cheaper. So this is the reason why Chiliz has gone up a lot. But in addition, you know who else is partnered up with FIFA? Algorand. Algorand is the official blockchain partner of FIFA. So they're going to supply FIFA with a blockchain-enabled wallet solution, and they're going to power all of FIFA's digital assets, including NFTs and its own official crypto. So FIFA is going to come out their own crypto. And it's all going to be riding on Algorand and stored within Algorand's developed wallet. And there will be NFTs as well. So think about that. That's pretty bullish for Algorand. So I made this argument months ago, and it's coming up. So pay attention. This could be a huge driver of Algorand going forward as well. All right. Also, Cosmos has been doing well. I've been telling you guys I'm a big fan of Cosmos as well. They have just enabled on-chain voting to vote on how they're going to operate in the future, including enabling things like liquid staking and more decentralized governance model. And there's other things that's happening, right? So this is also pretty positive, which is why Atom or Cosmos has been doing good as well. Lastly, I guess this is good for XRP, or should I say the people's currency. Coinbase wants to get involved with the Ripple lawsuit because Coinbase also suffered at the hands of Gary Gensler and the SEC. Coinbase they were sued by the SEC because they had XRP listed and they had to delist it. And now they want to join in and give their thoughts about how, XRP really isn't a security. So I don't know if this is really going to help Ripple's case, but it could. It could. So this is also positive for XRP. If Ripple wins this case, there would definitely be a huge excitement and commotion over XRP. I don't know if Coinbase is going to do it for them, but, I guess overall that's pretty good. Pretty good. And lastly, I did see this. Gamestop officially launches their NFT Marketplace. This is the most confusing thing ever because, see, according to this, it says the platform is on Immutable X. But then Loopring also is involved, right? So, like, both projects are taking credit for the NFT Marketplace on GameStop. But I don't know if anyone cares at this point. Before, Loopring and Immutable X both pumped up to the moon. Now, and, that's when GameStop launched their beta NFT Marketplace. Now that the official one came out, I don't know if anyone really cares. Right now, it's just not a hot time for NFTs. Eventually, it will be. But also, as for GameStop itself, I don't know how many Wall Street bet guys are still aping into GameStop. I have not been keeping track, so I don't know. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. Aaron said, can you check the Doge chart right now? It's going up. It was going up before, a little bit. Yeah, it's been holding really well. The first time it pumped up to the moon over here, right? And then it did a scam drop basically to wipe out all the longs. And then it went up again, double top. And then it seemed like it was going to crash more. But since then, it's been holding and just slowly climbing up. So there's a lot of excitement over Twitter and Doge and Elon. And I definitely think there's something in the works. Not saying it's going to come tomorrow or next week. But Elon, I think he has a master plan in his head already. And he's going to slowly reveal what he wants to do. And he's just going to do it. And maybe Jack is going to help him, or maybe not. I haven't heard of anyone else Elon bringing in to help, okay? If somehow he could convince Mr. Beast to come in, which there's 0% chance because Mr. Beast is Mr. YouTube and Google. There's no chance it's going to happen, but if it somehow does happen, it's going to cause this to explode even more. Red versus blue will be a great run for crypto. Sandbox is my bet for a while. Think it's about to explode. Sandbox has been making moves, Oz. I do agree with you. I don't know if it's going to explode because metaverses right now are not very popular. I don't hear really anything much outside Sandbox. I mean, recently they formed a partnership with they were going to come out to Sports Court and they were going to do something else. I forgot what. I don't hear much about metaverses right now, so I don't know if it's going to soon. Eventually, it's going to come back for sure. I do think Sandbox is stronger out of the two versus Decentraland. I like Sandbox the most. Is Doge partnering with Cadena? Cadena is pumping. Probably not, but Cadena is pumping simply because it's oversold. It's oversold. Let's see. Twitter has to go away from 280 characters and integrate competitor features directly into tweets? Possibly. Or just include a stupid edit button without needing to pay for it. Charles Hoskinson offered a quantum leap for Doge. Not sure what that means, if you're trolling or it's real. I don't know. You should produce a TV show based on a project. Emerging market for that. I would do it. If there's some TV station. I had TV stations overseas ask me to syndicate my show. It never worked out, but I would love to have a TV show. Anyone that's working for a TV producer, reach out. I'm interested. Is Elon really in Romania right now? I have no idea. You know, he could hop on his private jet and be anywhere, really. Patrick, live chat is always good. Yes, I try to keep it clean and fun, and you know, the live chat is really entertaining and educational, if I say so myself. What would you say is the best crypto exchange in the US for beginners? You know, I'm inclined to say Coinbase, and it probably is because of the interface, but I just don't trust Coinbase. I really don't at this point. So I would say look into, say, Gemini or Binance.us, one of the two. Now, if you're a true noob, you know, you may want to consider like Robinhood, but it's not a real exchange. And Robinhood has its own shady history. So I would say Gemini or Binance.us. Me personally, I think Binance.us is the best in the US. It has the most tokens, and it's just really easy to use, but not as easy as, say, Coinbase and Gemini. Where do you see Avalanche end of 2022? Higher. It really depends on where Bitcoin goes. If Bitcoin could go to 30,000 by the end of this year, Avalanche could double, get back to $40. I'd say that's pretty easy, $40, $45. I'd say that can happen. Yeah, New York and Texans, you know, just there's so much regulations, a lot of exchanges, you know, you can't access them. It kind of sucks. Do I own Meta stock? No. I never, ever trusted Meta, aka Facebook. I never got in their stock. Whenever anyone talked about it, I said no. I don't care it went up to $1 trillion. I just don't believe their long-term, long-term growth, or yeah, something like that. Long-term projections, let's just say, okay? And it's pretty obvious that Mark doesn't know how to innovate anymore. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying if I took Mark's job, I know what I'm doing, but I could clearly see he doesn't know how to innovate. All he resorts to now is trying to buy up other projects, and when they don't sell, he doesn't know what to do. Since Doge is open source, if we want to make a pull request for making Doge deflationary, do you think Elon would accept it? Maybe a burn tax? I doubt it. He's been talking with Billy Marcus about some of these changes. It's not that easy to get everyone to change. You could make a request, but doesn't mean that it's going to be accepted. Yeah, I think Meta is going, I don't know about it's going to zero, but it's probably going to go lower. Twitter is going to be the first fully adopted Web3 social media IMO. I think that's a good thought. I think that could certainly happen. Elon he has shared many ideas. He wants Twitter to be like the global hub of free speech, right? And he is very, let's just say, he's aware of what's going on. Not just with speech, but from a technology perspective. He definitely is not oblivious to what's going on with Web 3.0, with with crypto, right? Yeah, I think he's going to make something great happen. Happy Halloween, everyone. Jack is making his own Web3 Twitter too. Yeah, he said that before, but honestly, I think he's probably going to drop it. You know, the effort it's going to take to create something and then to get, you know, visibility and users and traction, it's going to take so much. If he simply got in Elon's ear and gave him all the right ideas in terms of how to make Twitter the best it can be at a Web3, you know, decentralized social platform, they would be unstoppable, really. Hopefully it'll happen. How do you feel about if Zuck bought out Sandbox and Gala? I have no doubt he has probably approached both of them already, and I think both of them turned them down. They're waiting for a better offer. I definitely see that happening because Zuck's playbook is to just buy out. He can't innovate, so he wants to buy, right? And he has failed at buying a few projects, and you know, and he's not making any headways with his metaverse projects. His Reality Labs, whatever their world is, less than 200,000 users. I mean, that's pathetic considering, you know, Facebook has like 4 billion users or something on their platform, 3 or 4 billion, and they can't attract more than 200,000 people on their metaverse. Well, Dan, he already said that. He's not going to make it so that, yeah, like it's just free-for-all for everything. He's going to clean it up. There will still be some censorship on what you said, like violence, terrorism, stuff like that. But, you know, it's going to be a lot better than it is now. I mean, he already came out with like a whole letter really trying to please the advertisers. If he didn't care about the advertisers, he'd probably be even less strict. But there will be some rules. World of Warcraft integrates. Does anyone even play World of Warcraft? I don't know if anyone plays World of Warcraft anymore. Teresa finally managed to take some profits, bought a bag of Doge back in June, cashed in. Great. Congratulations. Congratulations. Must feel good. World of Warcraft's still huge. I don't know about that. When I left, it was like at 10 million users, monthly users. I doubt it's anywhere close. I'll have to look that up. World of Warcraft active users. Is World this is January. It says there was still 26 million players. Okay. But I don't know what it is now. I guess it's still big. That was from January, though. I don't know what it is. But decently big. Let's just call it that. Let's just call it still decently big. I was so addicted to World of Warcraft for such a long time. And then I came to my senses and said enough is enough. And then someone hacked my account and helped me level my players. So then when I got in, my characters were in a different region I've never been before, but they're like level 90. So it turned out to be good. FTX and GameStop. Hopefully, FTX not going after GameStop too. They have gone after enough projects. Hopefully, they're not going after GameStop as well. All right, guys. let's just call it a night. You know what? This is part of Elon's secret plan to bring Vine back. But besides Vine, there's verification and there's monetization. There's a whole bunch of stuff that Elon is cooking in his lab right now. And is Doge part of it? My gut says yes. Just don't know what. But Doge is definitely on his mind. I'm pretty sure of that. But tomorrow, tune in, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and let's talk about what else is going on in the world of crypto. All right, have a good night, guys. Take care. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.